Greetings and salutations, brownies. Welcome to another episode of Just Jazz Vlogs. Now, before we begin, just a few quick updates on my life and how things are going. As far as my weight loss journey is going, I have lost 1 pound, and I am so angry about it. But I have concluded that it's just because I don't exercise the way I need to. I don't exercise at all. I'm the type of person that if I could just sit on the couch and just become part of the couch, that's me. In other words, I'm one lazy MF. So what I have started doing to help myself move is whenever my mom needs something, she asks me to get it for her. That way I get up, I move. We have a relatively decent sized house, and with how short I am, that's a lot of exercise for my body. So next weigh-in is on Tuesday, and we'll see if that has helped. Also, other update about my father, I still have to fill out a few things and mail it off, and then we'll be able to go from there. But I promise, once I get all this information, you guys will know. And those are the updates for today. Before this video begins, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel and consider becoming a patron on patreon.com. It's another way to support creators on YouTube and across the artistic digital scale. All links to everything I've just discussed will be in the description below. Also, really quick, I really gotta stop doing all this because this is what Trump does and it kind of aggravates me. So that's another thing we're gonna work on. For today's video, the reason why it's titled I Hate Myself is because, as I stated in my first video of the year, not only will I be giving you guys weight loss updates, this year is going to be all about getting to self-reflection, growing physically and emotionally. And I think part of the problem, how I got this big and other issues I'll discuss later on, is because I subconsciously hate myself to some degree or strongly dislike myself. So what I have to do is I have to go back into my life and figure out, in my opinion, where did it start? Where did it start with me hating myself? Now, as I've mentioned in many videos, I was in foster care. It's not a sob story, because even though I was in for 14 years, I had 2 loving homes. I had all the love and continue to have all the love and support in the world. So on that scale, I am one of the most blessed people. Thank you, Jesus. But it doesn't mean that there aren't problems that come along with it. I did and still do know my biological family, and I think that has a lot. Those are like the beginning stages of when I started to dislike myself. I remember one of the, I guess, pivotal moments in my life is when I used to go visit my biological mother. See, what would happen is, back when I was in foster care, even though I was in a foster home, my mother and family were fighting to get me. So the judge ordered that they get visitation rights 2 times a month, every 2 weeks for 4 hours. So for 8 hours a month, I would go be with my biological family, and I would be accompanied by someone. So when I would go to these visits, it was very rare that my mom was around. And when she was around, she didn't pay me any kind of attention. I can count maybe on all 10 fingers out of all the years that I had visits, which was probably from age 4 until 11 when I stopped the visits. Maybe, I don't know, like 10 to 20 times she actually stayed the whole time and actually wanted to spend time with me. Usually when I would go, my grandmother would be there and other relatives would be there and I would spend time with them. But for the most part, my mom either paid no attention to me or I would go over to the house. She would say hi, bye, and leave and go get her nails done or something like that. Or I would get to her house, she wouldn't be there, and maybe about a half an hour before I would leave is when she would show up, say hi, do all the motherly things I guess she thought she would do for me. And even though I didn't know it then, I started having these feelings of like, holy crap, she doesn't care about me. Like, you have 8 hours out of the month and you decide, or you don't spend time with your kid. At first I thought it was on purpose, and now that I'm older, I think she thought she was doing the best that she could. But the point is, it really started hurting me. My family would say when I would come home from these visits, for the first couple days after I would be home, I would start acting out, and it was because I craved the attention of my mother, and she never gave it to me. Now, this is not to say she's a horrible person, but when you're 4, 5, 6, and you're like molding your personality, that's really important. Now, even though I was loved by my foster family, I still wanted her love, and even at my age of 27, when this is all said and done, I still want her to love me the way I think she did. I think that's when I started not liking who I was, because if I would feel as though, well, damn, if your own mother doesn't want you, what's so great about you anyway? Like, you don't matter. And on top of it, I have some disabilities. And I have an older brother. Nothing's physically wrong with him. He's a really nice guy. But when I would compare myself to him, I realized maybe the reason why she doesn't want to spend time with me is because I'm disabled. Like, I'm harder to deal with. Like, with my able-bodied brother, he can do for himself after a certain age. I needed and still need a lot of help doing day-to-day tasks. And it made me feel like she didn't want to put up with the day-to-day tasks. So part of me hated myself for being disabled. Part of me hated myself for her not loving me. And then I started hating her, because in a way I'm like, you're the one that gave birth to me. You're the one that created me. Like, you have no choice but to love me. Like, this is your fault. This is not my fault. That's just how I felt. And I think over the years, I just never talked about it. Even though I was in therapy, I was made to go to therapy, I never wanted to talk about it. It hurt so much to know that she didn't want me, and I didn't want to believe that I hated myself that much. So, over the years, when you ignore all these feelings and emotions, they're eventually going to come out. And when I was in college, that's when all these emotions that I had been burying down deep, that I refused to talk about, even though I had all the help in the world, started coming out, because I wasn't at home, I wasn't being watched, not like weird helicopter, but I didn't have like my family around all the time. That's when I started spiraling out of control. And I think that is a huge contributor to how I gained so much weight. And I want you guys to know I do not blame my biological mother anymore or my family for anything they've done, because it doesn't help. I have forgiven her and the things she's done and said, but at the same time, I do need to address this issue that the way she displayed love to me was a contributing factor to why I do not like myself subconsciously, because I'm still looking for that acceptance. I'm still wondering, when is she going to accept me? When she accepts me, I'll be able to accept myself. And obviously I know that no one else is going to accept you until you love and accept yourself. So right now, in my day-to-day life, I am, with the help of my mom and God, I am pulling myself out of this self-loathing attitude. And when you've been dealing with it your whole life, it's really hard to break out of. So I've had to pray and earnestly ask God, and I've had to ask my mom to call me out and help me get myself out of this funk. It's been a lifelong funk, and when you don't like yourself to that degree, it shows in how you dress, how you eat, how you take care of your personal hygiene. All of these things I was not doing, because on some level I still don't think that I'm worthy of the love and the attention that I get. So right now, what I have been working on with the help of my mom is dressing better, making sure I'm in tip-top shape with my hair. I'm going to do my best to not wear a hat in videos anymore, or just in general. I mean, of course I'm going to wear a hat if it's cold, but I don't want to not get my hair done and just throw a hat on as a substitute for like having a bad hair day. I want to start taking control and taking responsibility for my physical appearance and just my overall being, because I know that once I get over this hump, I think a lot more opportunities will present themselves to me, because if I look like I give a damn, other people will come over and notice that I give a damn. So from here on out, I will be doing my best to look as good as possible on a daily basis. If you ever see me with a video where I'm wearing a hat, get in the comments, comment, ask me why I'm wearing a hat. Tell me to get my shit together. I know with all the support, I'm gonna flourish. And I think that is where I'm going to leave today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me how you feel about yourself, if you've ever had to overcome a journey like this. Also, I don't want to make depressing vlogs like this all the time. I want to throw in a few reaction videos and things of that nature, because there's so much more to me than just talking about my inner demons. I want to have a lot of fun. So if there's something you guys want me to react to, if there's something like a movie trailer or something, maybe we can do like a weekly segment, comment below and let me know. Tell me some other things you want me to discuss or do. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic day and stay blessed. Goodbye.